Hi, I'm Allison and this is Raven from the Department of Nursing here at Missouri Western State University. We would like to talk to you today about how your body works to protect you from germs and what you can do to protect yourself and stay healthy this year. So first we're going to talk about immunity. So we know that our body has an immune system that helps protect us from germs such as bacteria and viruses. So we have these fun little blocks that we're going to use as demonstration for our germs and how our body's going to recognize those and protect itself from them. So we know that these germs, right, these bad guys, they can sneak into our body, sometimes through breathing in through our nose and mouth, or maybe touching our face when we have germs on our hands. That's why it's so important that we wear these masks to cover our nose and mouth so we don't spread germs to others. And Laura's going to show you a really fun video about germs later that we're going to show you guys. So these sneaky germs, they come in all kinds of different colors and they will sneak into your body, right? So sometimes they can get in through your nose, your mouth, your eyes. And so that's why our body is going to have to recognize these to fight them off, okay? So this is how we fight off our germs from the inside. So our immune system, or what we call our germ fighting squad, recognizes this with these tiny little ninjas, these little ninja antibodies, okay? So what they do is they'll connect onto that bad guy germ, right? So they kind of mark it like a red flag, say, hey, this guy doesn't belong here. We need to get rid of him, right? So this little germ fighting ninja is going to mark it so the body can attack it, get rid of it before it makes you sick, okay? The coolest part is that the germ fighting squad also has these special memory cells. So once it marks that bad guy and attacks it, it's going to remember it for next time. So it says, hey, I'm going to remember you, so if you come back into my body, we're going to spring into action and we're going to take care of you, okay? So we're going to remember you for next time. So the way that we can do this and build up our immunity to fight these in another way is through what we call vaccination, right? So we get a vaccine or a shot that introduces a very tiny part of that bad guy. Sometimes it's not even alive, to be extra careful. So we put that into our body on purpose through a vaccination so our body can use those ninjas, those antibodies, to recognize that. And so that when and if that bad guy does get into our system, the real live germ, right, the real bad one, okay? So if it gets in, it's going to recognize it right away and attack it, okay? Right, so sometimes that immunity that we get through vaccination, it can last your whole entire life. But sometimes those viruses get really sneaky and they change. So, you know, some of these, they look the same, but they're different colors. They can change on us sometimes. And so that's why we have to get a vaccination sometimes every year, like you do with the flu shot, okay? So that is how we fight germs on the inside of our body, and then Laura's going to show you how we can fight germs from the outside of our body. So thank you guys for playing with us. You guys can use these if you have something like this at home, or Legos, and play with to remind you about how your body works to keep you safe.
Hi, I'm Laura. I'm a nurse, and I have Dylan here with me to help. So you guys have talked a little bit and learned a little bit about what germs are. You've learned a little bit about how they attack our body and how our body tries to fight them. How do we fight germs from the inside? So now we're going to talk a little bit about how we fight germs from the outside. And we're going to do an activity that you can do at home to kind of think about germs and how they spread and how we can fight them. So one of the biggest ways we can fight germs is washing our hands, doing a good job of washing our hands, right? Yeah. Another thing we'll talk about are masks. So that's something that's kind of new this year for you guys. You're wearing masks at school. You're wearing masks when you are out anywhere with your parents. And that's something that's new. As a nurse, I've been wearing masks for a long time. We wear masks all the time as nurses. And we have to remember that masks have two purposes. So masks will help us protect ourselves from germs, but they also help protect others from our germs. So we'll talk a little bit about masks and why we wear them. So the first thing we're gonna do is, with your parents' permission, you need to get an object of some sort. I have a mug here for each of us, a Missouri Western mug. And you need some oil. I have baby oil. You could use a different type of oil. And then you need some glitter. Okay, so we have a box of different glitters here.
Yeah.
So Dylan, go ahead and pick out what color of glitter you want.
Blue.
Blue glitter? Okay, I think I'm gonna do yellow glitter.
Yeah.
All right, so pull your sleeves up.
Okay. Is it gonna explode or what?
No, it's not gonna explode.
What is it gonna do?
Well, hold on, we're gonna see. All right, so we're gonna put oil on our hands. Let's open our bottles of glitter. We're not gonna pour it out yet. Okay, so put some oil on and rub it all over your hands. I'm gonna do it too. All right, so we've got our hands covered in oil.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. All right, so we've got our hands covered. Okay, so I'm gonna think about, I sneeze into my hands. Achoo! Sneeze into your hands.
Achoo!
All right, so when we do that, achoo, we're gonna get germs all over our hands, right? So you're gonna pour glitter on your hand.
Okay.
And you're gonna think about it being all over your hands.
Can I do a bowl?
That's fine. So it's all over your hands. So show them, these are our germs. So the glitter are pretend germs. All right, so we're pretending these are germs. It's all over our hands, right?
Yeah.
So right now my germs are staying to myself, okay? But give me a high five. Oh my goodness. Now I have his germs on my hand. Look, his germs spread from his hand to my hand. So now I have both germs. And now I'm gonna pick up my mug, right? Can you pick up your mug? We're gonna drink our coffee or tea. And look, our germs have now spread all over our mugs. Can you show them? See, it's on the handle. It's on the back of our mug. So you can think about even a doorknob. You have these germs. You sneeze on your hand and then you touch a doorknob, right? And then the next person touches that doorknob and they just got all of those germs. Or you got the germs that were on the doorknob before. Anything we touch, our germs are going to spread to that we have on our hands. Just like when we high-fived each other and we got each other's germs on each other's hands. So that's a good visual you can do at home. Just some oil, an object to touch, and some glitter. Of course, ask your parents if that's okay. Make sure that you're doing it where they're okay with so that we're not making a big mess.
I got my hands. I'm so clean.
All right, so we're at the sink, Dylan.
Okay.
You're going to put your hands under the water. Get them wet. And now get your soap. Okay, and we want to scrub, 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 right?
Yeah.
So when we wash our hands, we want to make sure that we're washing for at least 20 seconds, that we're using a soap. You're going to wash the palms. You want to wash the backs of your hands. You wash on the back of your hands. Back here, scrub back here. Okay, we want to wash our wrists. Really scrub your wrists, your fingernails, in between your fingers. Okay, your thumbs. Okay, and then we want to rinse them off. Get all that soap and germs off. So we need not only the soap, but also the water to rinse those germs away. Your other wrist still has some.
Can you do this?
Is it too hot?
Yeah.
There we go. All right, and then get a paper towel. Paper towel. And you want to dry them really well. Throw it in the trash. It's all right. It's all right. And then get a new clean paper towel to turn off the water. To turn the water off. Good job. Throw that one away and then let's see how clean your hands are. Oh. Is there any glitter on them?
No.
So all the germies are gone. So another experiment you can do at home to help you remember how washing hands in soap fights germs. You're gonna need some water, pepper, and soap, and you'll need a dish of some sort, okay? So the first thing you'll do is to fill your dish with water. Go ahead and do that, Dylan. Okay. And next we're going to put some soap in just a little container that we can dip our finger in. You don't need a ton, just a little bit. That's probably enough.
Okay.
Okay, we move the soap out of the way. All right, and you can use either a pepper grinder or already ground pepper. We're gonna use already ground pepper. And this is going to be our germs. So go ahead and pour your germs in the water, your pepper germs. Okay, and make sure you have a parent with you to do this because we don't want to accidentally get pepper in your eyes or anything like that that would hurt. Okay, I think that's enough, Dylan. So let's move our pepper out of the way.
Okay.
All right, so we've got our germs in the water, and we know we've talked about hand washing. Washing our hands with soap is a good way to fight germs. So this is gonna help us visually remember. So dip your finger in the soap and stick it right in the middle of that pepper. And the germs are running away. Pretty cool, huh? Another way we fight germs is by wearing our masks correctly. And this is kind of a newer thing that we haven't really seen a lot in the past, but you guys have heard about COVID-19, I'm sure, and you're wearing masks at school and things like that. As a nurse, this isn't really something that's new to me. We've worn masks for a long time, and there are different types of masks that serve different purposes. We have to remember the goal of the mask is to not only protect ourselves, but protect others.
Yeah.
So as a nurse, there are times that I would wear a mask to protect myself from whatever disease the patient had. There were times I would wear a mask to protect the patient. Okay, so maybe I have a patient whose body doesn't really know how to fight off germs very well. We would wear a mask so that they wouldn't get our germs, get exposed to our germs. Maybe we have a patient in surgery and we wear a mask to keep our germs to ourselves. So, Dylan, when we wear our mask, what's important? What needs to be covered?
Your nose and your mouth.
Your nose and your mouth, okay? So we have to remember when we're thinking about science and the body and how the body works, if you're walking around with your mask like this, germs can get into your nose. And also your germs can get out of your nose. So we want to make sure that our nose and mouth are covered. We want to have clean hands whenever we put our mask on. Try to avoid touching your mask, touching your face. You want a mask that fits well. Dylan has a cloth mask. I have a disposable mask. You'll see these both used quite frequently. There are other types of masks that are used for other reasons. Different people with different jobs use different types of masks. Even in the hospital as a nurse, different masks are used for different reasons. When we take our mask off, Dylan, do we want to grab the front of it?
No.
No.
Because that would just get your germs on it.
Okay, so you're right. We don't want to grab the front of the mask to pull it off. We want to make sure our hands are clean. We're going to take it by the ear loops and pull it off. This one would be thrown away because it's disposable. Dylan's would need washed in the washing machine appropriately. So now you guys know some different ways to fight germs, how our body works to fight germs, things we can do on the outside to fight germs like washing hands, getting our vaccines, not touching our face, and wearing our masks appropriately. Thanks.